Hi students! I hope everyone is doing great today. Welcome to another learning opportunity. I am your teacher, Ma'am Mariel Gian, and I will be discussing with you another topic which is origami symbols and diagrams. Are you ready? Come on, let's start! First, let us know what is an origami diagram. This is an example of a diagram. As you can see, it consists of illustrations, lines, arrows, and some have written instructions, which explain the folding process. Just take note that there are different styles of origami diagrams. The question is, do you know how to read origami diagram? To be honest, origami diagrams are confusing. But we still need to study this despite of having tons of origami videos, which are easier to understand. So, don't worry, I'm here to help you understand origami symbols and diagrams. The first one is side color, which looks like this. This shows the white side or the color side of a standard origami paper. You will see a symbol which shows whether you should start with the colored side up or the white side up of an origami paper. For example, this is the symbol used in this one. What is the meaning of this? Very good. It is white side up. How about this one? Correct. It is color side up. Now, let us proceed to lines used in origami diagram. The first one is thick lines. Thick lines show either raw edges or edges resulting from fold. This paper, for example, would show a simple square. It will look like this in a diagram. Notice that the edges indicates thick lines. Another example is, if we fold the paper on one corner, it will look like this in the diagram. Notice that the edges indicates thick lines. Again, thick lines means edges in an origami diagram. Next one is thin gray lines. Thin gray lines show crease lines which are the result of prior fold. Example, this paper is folded on one corner. If we unfold it, the crease will show. In reality, we can't really see the crease clearly. But in a diagram, it looks like this. Notice that the crease indicates thin gray lines. Again, thin gray lines means crease in an origami diagram. The last one is dotted lines. Dotted lines show hidden part behind layers of paper. For example, this paper is folded on one corner. If we turn over the paper, it will look like this in reality. In diagram, it will look like this. As you can see, the dotted lines indicate that the paper isn't cut off, but it's a flap folded behind the paper. Again, dotted lines means hidden part behind the paper. Now, let us proceed to folds used in origami diagram. There are only two basic kinds of fold, which are valley folds and mountain folds. All other techniques are just the combination of the two. First one is valley folds. Valley fold is a fold that has sides that rise up from the center fold. It is indicated by a dashed line. The dashed line indicates location of crease to be made. For example, on a real sheet of paper, you're just going to fold the paper based on the diagram. And upon opening the paper, you will notice that the crease is actually the deepest portion of the paper, and the edges are the highest part of the paper. So, it looks like a valley. Again, valley fold is a fold that has sides that rise up from the center fold, and it is indicated by a dashed line. next one is mountain folds. Mountain fold has a side that slopes down from the center fold. It is the opposite of valley folds. It is indicated by a dashed line and dotted line. Sometimes one dot or two dots. The dash and dotted lines indicates location of crease to be made. For example, on a sheet of paper, normally you're just going to flip the paper over and perform a valley fold to make a mountain fold based on this diagram. And upon opening the paper, you will notice that the crease is the highest portion of the paper and the edges are the lowest portion part of the paper. So, it looks like a mountain. Again, mountain fold is a fold that has a side that slopes down from the center fold, and it is indicated by a dash and dotted lines. Now, let us proceed to arrows used in origami diagram. Arrows indicates movements or actions. Just remember that there are many arrows used in origami diagrams, and it comes with different styles, but I'll just discuss the basic ones. The first one is fold arrow. Fold arrow is used to fold the paper from one point to another. For example, we will fold this paper based on this diagram. As a result, it will look like this. The next one is unfold arrow. Unfold arrow is just the undo of the fold arrow. For example, we will unfold this paper based on this diagram. As a result, it will look like this. The next one is fold and unfold arrow. Fold and unfold arrow means you are creating a crease line. For example, we will fold and unfold this paper based on this diagram. As a result, it will look like this. As you can see, it creates a crease line. The last one is turn over arrow. Turn over arrow simply means you're flipping the paper upside down. For example, this paper is folded on one corner, and based on the diagram, if we turn it over, it will look like this. That's the end of my discussion. I hope that you learned something today. Thank you for actively listening.